Hello YouTubers, this is YT Life and I'm giving you a life update. So last time I was online, I was living with my brother. Living with my brother was great. Work did not give me enough hours, so it was kind of hard to keep a living where I was at, so friend took me in. I live in Tallahassee now. Let's just say me and said friend are dating now, so I'm happy more than I ever have been in my entire life, and yeah, shit's been going good. Christmas was good. Christmas, we got to go to Waffle House, and I got to see the lights at like 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, car ride here from where I was, it was pretty cool. Road music choices, awesome, fire top tier. Basically, so from going 3 years homeless to like learning how to adjust back into the real world has been a challenge for me, and for someone who's autistic, it's really overwhelming. Like, I mean, just I had a hard time 3 years ago with a lot of shit, and now I'm just like, I'm becoming more of an adult than I ever was, and it's been amazing and very scary at the same time. And I will tell you that yes, it's hard still to this day, but each day it gets easier, and I've lost a lot of friends along the way, and I've also had a lot of new friends along the way, and it's been interesting because all the people I've met throughout my life these last 3 years have really impacted me, whether they stayed in my life or not, because I was able to look at the world and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through, but also it's like, no matter who you meet in the world, you can always learn something from them, even if you don't like them or you don't have much interaction with them. And so my biggest thing is like, throughout all this time, I learned what love is really like. I learned that you can have love and there doesn't have to be conditions, strings attached or whatever. And it's just nice. It's freeing. And so when I first moved to Tallahassee, December 14th, I've had medical issues and shit. I can't work right now. I am getting used to it. It's hard because I really loved my job at Waffle House, and that was my first job ever, so that was hard to let go. But I do know, if I'm not ever able to work, I at least know I have someone providing for me, even though for me as a female, I feel like I should be the main provider of anybody I live with. But that's just because I grew up with 2 older brothers, and I did a lot as a child by myself in order to become the person I am today. And it's been a long road, and I thank you for those who have stuck by with me and those who are new into my life that are willing to stay. And even if you do leave my life, I mean, hey, it's up to you. I don't hate you. I don't wish you dead or whatever. I love you, and I can love you and not agree with your actions, and that's just how I am at this point. But above all else, I mean, life's been pretty good. I mean, I'm adulting, like, in the sense of I've crossed the street by myself. I've walked all the way to Wawa by myself. I've done so much that I have never done when I was living with my parents. And for someone who struggled with abuse and shit, and I can always, like, I could tell you it gets better, but you probably won't believe me. But I will just say that it takes time. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes not. But at the end of the day, it gets better. And considering I've struggled with mental health, and I was diagnosed as a child with autism, and I didn't know until I was like 18. I studied autism for 3 years while being homeless and studying a bunch of other random shit, and I've learned a lot about the world that I looked at as a child, and for a long time I blamed myself for who I was and not understanding who I was because I didn't know I was autistic. But I'm learning to love myself every day, and it's a big blessing. I've learned that I can tell people's emotions by by following the tone of their voice, matching their facial expressions and everything. Just like their behaviors, and it's all pattern to me. I mean, it's how I roll with life. It's how I survive. I mean, there's some things I don't understand to this day, but it's one of those things where it's like I am happy with who I am for once, and it's nice. It really is, for someone who's been like so upset their whole life, and just finally just like being able to breathe and not always having to worry about someone coming after them or stealing their shit or just being put in a bad situation. Like, for me, it's nice. It almost feels unreal. I can't, for the people that have been there, I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me. I wouldn't be without these people today, and I don't know what I would do in the future if I still didn't have them to this day. For someone who is sexually abused from 5 to 18, and screwed by their parents, knowing, hey, you're adopted, but your adoption wasn't finalized for 19 years of your life. In other words, yeah, I mean, citizenship passes from national to someone who has parents in the state, yeah, but the state doesn't tell you, hey, you still gotta apply for XYZ said things for that child. That's international. So I was fucked over so hard. It was hard to get a job and everything. I mean, 21, you're getting your first job, and you honestly can say you don't have any work experience. I mean, not a lot of people want to hire you like that. So when I had worked at Waffle House, it was a big blessing, and it was hard and it was draining as fuck, but I really liked the experience, and I hope one day I can go back to work and shit. But in the meantime, I'm basically focusing on my math skills because of so many times I passed out and shit, and it's like my memory is like fucked up in certain situations. Well, not certain situations, certain aspects of my life that I've had lessons or I've had the schooling or whatever, but it's just not there anymore. So I'm just like refreshing on it, and it's been a real eye opener to see like who I am today versus who I was a long time ago. Because a long time ago, I could not have a conversation or let alone talk like this to the point where I understand what I'm saying. And I'm able to talk in a way where people understand me, or at least I get at least a little hint of what I'm saying without having to ask a million different questions. I still have trouble expressing myself and everything, but I've been doing a lot better. I'm not as angry as I used to be. And it's life's good. And I hope as you continue to watch this channel, I mean, I could give you guys more life updates. I could show you what I've been doing with the permission of having my friends on camera, etc. But yeah, I mean, this was just a life update, and I wish you guys all the best on what you're going through, and it's every day is a new day, right? One day at a time. And if it's hard right now where you're at, well, it's not going to be for long, because there's always a rainbow at the end of every storm. You may not be able to see it now, but it's there. I promise you. I mean, I could tell you all the stories that happened to me, and like I got through it, and anybody can. It's just a matter of patience, time, and doing your part as much as you can, doing the best you can when you can, and just resources all the time, whether it's friends, family, doctors, anybody, and just work the system. But yeah, thanks for listening to me talk. Please like, subscribe, and bye.